Mhm.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Piyush and I have with me Satyam over here. We both are from MBA 99 Plus and we are here to help you out with your GD and PI preparation. And I would like to welcome you all to another episode of GDPI Demystified. So, in this episode, we are going to cover a very important topic, which is the importance of work experience in getting into a B school and, moreover, the learnings that you will get over there. So, Satyam, why don't you kickstart the discussion and help our viewers understand the same?
Sure, Piyush. So, hello everyone. So, as Piyush was mentioning, I think this episode would be really critical for you all in understanding why work experience is actually favorable or necessary. I wouldn't say necessary per se, but how it can be an advantage for you before doing an MBA.
Mhm.
So, if I have to cite my example, I would say 20 months of work experience before MBA. So that got me, gave me a little clarity on why I want to do an MBA. So the first point being it gives you a little clarity and more of a vision as to why you want to do an MBA, and more specifically in which domain you want to do it. That is the most important part. Higher the work obviously up to a cap that you can set for yourself. So higher the work more the clarity you'll have as to why you want to pursue an MBA. The second point being obviously having a work will allow you to experience the corporate landscape in front of you well before joining an MBA. And then MBA would seem like a continuous path after your corporate experience. It wouldn't be as if you're just transitioning from one technical college to another B school. So it would sort of give you help you have a bigger picture in place, and then you can use your MBA as a pivot point to either charge up your career ahead, accelerate it, or furthermore you can always change your domain basis your interest in. So this is what I feel as to how the workx can be little advantageous if you want to use it in your way for aspirants who are preparing for MBA. So Piyush, also you have 24 months of workx. So why don't you give in your views on this?
So totally agreed with what you said. And as you know, I worked in mining industry, so it's sort of something that's very relevant to operations and supply chain. I mean, I didn't have the core supply chain experience in me, but it did had the core operations part in mining. So that helped me a lot in sort of making a decision that, for example, in SPJMR, we had to choose the work experience. I mean, our specializations before we enter the college, right? So it was very clear to me that I wanted to do in operations and supply chain. Even if I did not get into SPJMR, I would have taken this as my specialization, right? Because that was sort of my work experience and continuing it forward made more sense. Just to add to your point, what you said over there, like if you look at the admission criteria of many of the colleges, they do mention the exact points that they give to, like for example, I am Bangalore or something. They do allot you some pointers for having certain months of work experience or certain years of work experience. Mind you, for some colleges, after you cross 36 or 48 months of experience, the points actually decrease. So that's something you need to keep in mind, and you need to look into, the exact sort of the pathway that the colleges follow. I think one more point would be that some companies also do prefer people with certain work experience. So, Satyam, why don't you go ahead and tell certain examples which you might have
Yeah.
experienced as well?
Absolutely, absolutely, Pratik. I mean, the point that you mentioned is very relevant. Even once you enter into an MBA college, and if you look at the most vital aspect of it, for which I think most of the people do an MBA is placements, right? So, I can talk of my specific college, and even most of the IIMs, and even you could specifically talk about SP if if that is relevant for it. So, Excel specifically had lateral placements, and these LRPs, as we used to call it, was only available for people who had a certain work experience with them. So in that ways, for them, work experience becomes really relevant. And in general, also, if you're workex, you would have done more significant things as compared to what you would have done in your undergrad college. So you have pretty relevant things to fill up in your CVs, more PORs, more pointers. So that really helps. So was it the same case for you also, Piyush? In SP, or was it any different? Did you have the same experience? Because in Excel, right, it was like yes. there was a separate placement process for the guys having a certain work experience.
Yeah, thanks Satyam for bringing out that point. I would definitely like to talk about the CV point that you mentioned. Of course, when you have actual work experience and actual in-house work experience for a large MNC in particular, or for any company for that matter, you do have some sort of organic work that you have already done, and that helps you pitch your points and sort of sell your work experience in a much authentic manner, right? Rather than just beating around the bush and not getting to the point quickly. Because mind you, when you will sit for your placements, you will have around 10 to 15 minutes or something like that to crack the interview, and you don't want to beat around the bush too much, for the getting the job. So I think having your work done and getting your CV well prepared is as important as as getting into this B school, obviously. So I think that is what is my point, Satyam. Over to you again.
Yes, so I think, I mean, we have discussed a lot of pointers regarding why how work experience can be advantageous to you as an MBA aspirant. So I think it would be very relevant to safely conclude that yes, work experience does give you an edge over, people, and more specifically relevant work experience. If you're opting for, let's say, the operations domain, or let's say the marketing domain, and if you have relevant work experience, that would obviously be an added advantage for you. But having said that, I would also, want to highlight over here that it's not as if, freshers, do not have this head start just because they do not have the required work experience, because they anyways carry with themselves a different skill set. So they, in their own ways, have an advantage with them. But yes, people who have work experience also carry an advantage, and I think it is best for them to realize how they can utilize it and score more brownie points while cracking their interviews. So that is, I think, my take on it, and I think Piyush, you would also agree to the same.
Yeah, of course. I think so. To sum it up, you have done it beautifully already. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it from our side for this video. I think it has helped you understand why
Yeah.
or why not you would consider, having a work as a pivotal point for your B school journey. So, I hope you guys have found it helpful. Like, share, and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.